Hello, 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 and welcome back to Yoga with Angelia. It's Friday. We're on day 10. Yay! I thank you so much for taking a few moments out of your day to come join me for some yoga. So, we're day 10, guys. 10. Day 10. Can you believe it? Oh, if you've liked and subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you've not, please consider. We're going to be just doing a nice gentle practice, maybe recapping some of the things we've learned over this past 10 days. Always work at your own pace, in your own zone. Never try to keep up with me or anybody for that matter. Always listen to your body, how you feel. Move in your range of motion. Always. So take good care of yourself. Make sure you always have some water nearby. Stop anytime you need to. Take a child pose. Um, Very important when we're coming down and then coming back up. Sometimes you can get lightheaded. Just always move slowly during that time. Never rush through any of the moves. Again, you can always pause the video and start back when you need to at your own comfort. But I have a couple blocks with me today. So if you have some blocks, grab them. If you don't have blocks, get a book, a nice sturdy book. The blocks just bring the earth closer to you. So for some of the poses, we're going to use a block or a book, or if you have a rail, you need to stay up tall. But anyway, come on down to the mat, get in your most comfortable position, and I'm going to start by sitting on a block. Sitting up on a block gets the hips up higher. This gives you a little bit more room to breathe. So coming into our little nice, whatever your comfortable pose is. If you cannot sit like this, feel free to sit with the legs out. By sitting up on the block, we get a little more space. Sitting up a little taller, just lifting the hips up. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall, closing the world out. Focus in on taking a really, really, really deep breath, the deepest breath you have taken all day. Take it now. And let it go. Just sit up nice and tall, letting those shoulders just melt down behind you. Start focusing in on your breath. Add a little weight in your elbows, or you can have the palms up. Just sitting up nice and tall and breathing. You can even bring your hand to the belly. Feeling all that air go out. Make sure you breathe fully and deeply. Sitting up nice and tall. One more good deep breath. Now we're going to add a little movement. Breathing into the top. And bringing the hands back down. And bringing them back into heart center. Take a moment to be thankful before we go any further. And let that go. Breathe into the top. Fingertips are just going to kiss the mat behind you. Light touch to the mat. Breathing into the top. Start to match the breath with the move. Breathing out. Cleaning the cobwebs out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Adding a twist when we come back down. Breathe into the top. Right hand's coming down to that left knee. The left hand's going to come to the shoulder. Draw a circle up and all the way back. Opening it up. You can stay here, or you can let the fingers come down. Imagine you're adjusting your book bag strap, your pocketbook strap. Sitting up tall with every inhale. Twisting a little more. Gaze is nice and soft. Leaving the right hand on the knee. We're scooping over, coming up and over. Getting a little more into the side. Let that go. Both hands are going to sweep up to the top. Reaching up, take up some space. Left hand is coming over to the right knee. Right hand's going to come to the top of the shoulder. Draw that circle up, all the way back. Again, you can stay just right there, opening up, or you can drop those fingertips down behind you. Every breath we find length. Lengthening, twist just a little more. Gaze is nice and soft behind you. Just looking down. Scooping over, coming into that side. Only as far as feels good. Let that go. Both hands are going to sweep up. Big breath to the top. Interlacing the fingers when you get to the top. Pressing up. Looking up. Pressing those palms up. Rain it down. Roll your shoulders up and back. We're coming off the block, nice and easy. So take time to come up nice and easy. Don't never just jump up out of a move. Move your block out of the way. Lining yourself up and making sure the hip points and knees are lined up. The wrist lined up under that shoulder. Fingers are pointing forward, spreading the fingers apart. Don't forget you have a little berry under your palm of your hand, using the fingertips to dig into the mat. Nice strong foundation, so whatever's touching, your feet are flat on the mat. I don't know if you can see me. Hands are spread, making sure you're lined up. We're gonna let that belly be nice and soft as we gaze forward. Rounding, really press, starting at the tailbone, draw it up like a scaredy cat, like you're scared. Putting the heart right up in between those shoulder blades, looking just down through the legs or looking towards your belly button. Breathing, starting at the tailbone, coming back through. Again, rounding through, starting at the tailbone all the way up. Nice stretch here. Rolling back through, controlled. You got one more at your own pace. Maybe shake the head a little bit while you're there. Unravel. We're going to do a little bit of self-care for those wrists. So we're going to take the left hand and turn it out. The fingers are pointing out towards the side of the mat. We're going to leave the right hand exactly where it is, and we're just going to shift side to side very gently. And then we're going to turn it all the way around till the fingers are pointing behind towards you, and we're going to rock forward and back. Now if any of this is way too much, feel free to come up, bring the hand out. Same thing, just bringing it back. Stretching it. Anytime it gets to be too much, always remember you can come up, make it yours, do what's right for you. We're going to turn the hand back around. The right hand, the fingers are pointing out to the side, and we're just rocking side to side, very gentle move. Going back over some of the basics that we did when we started, turning the fingers towards you. And you'll find sometimes one of the wrists might be a lot tighter, especially if you've had injuries. So be mindful of that and be kind to your body. Don't never push it. Both hands are forward. Now we're going to spin both of them around. And we're just going to rock forward and back. Very, very gentle here. Be gentle. Now we're going to just take it, just aim for 2 to 3. Like you got seal hands, and we're pressing side to side. Now we're turning the palm where it's going to face up. The palms are going to be facing upward. Now this is challenging, especially if you've had any kind of injuries. Trying to make the arms as straight as possible. And just hanging out for just a second. And you'll flip them back over. And you'll be for our little break dance. So now we're just going to interlace them. Think about that little break dance that we did. One elbow's going behind in the other. And get your jar lids, opening up the jars, turning the hands, turn them back, screwing those jar lids on. Now just stir in that pot, making a fist, stir in your pot, stir back around. Open and close. Think about duck beaks. Now cat claws, like you're clawing. Now that we got the hands all warmed up, we're going to work. So we're going to coming back down just to come up. So we're coming down, spreading the fingers. Remember your little berry, lining yourself back up. So make sure you're lined up. And we're going to work on a little bit of plank. So we're going to bring the left hand up to the temple, opening it up as far as you can. Elbow's going to come to the other elbow. Opening it up. Elbow to elbow. Open up. Squeeze back. And if this is way too much, just come up to the side. You don't have to come all the way up. Squeeze back as far as you can, bringing it down. Bring him, plant that hand. You're taking that right knee around. Taking the left leg out nice and long. So you can see. The foot's going to be on the mat. I'm moving up. Trying to get my camera adjusted, guys. So we're coming into that side plank. So we want to be lifted up. Fingertips can be down, or if you have your block, sit it down. You can bring the earth up a little closer to you. Having your hand on the block, or having your fist on the block. Imagine you're pulling up from the waistline. Good place to be. Bringing that arm up. And you can look up, or out, or down. Coming into there. That little half of the side plank. Now, if you can, I want you to raise that bottom leg, or that top leg up, not the bottom leg. Stretching out through the toes. And bring it back down. Nice and slow, controlled movement. Bringing the hand back down. We're going to line ourselves back up. So bringing everything back down. Bringing that knee back in. Setting up for the other side now. Same thing. Then we're going to take the right hand up to the temple. Stretch it open. Think about elbow coming to kiss the other elbow. Stretch it open. The elbow's going to kiss the other elbow. Stretch it open. We got one more here. Stretch it open. Bringing that hand down. We're pivoting it around. Lining ourselves up. The foot is flat on the mat. Now, remember you can use your block if you have it. And you can even put your fist down. Whatever you need. Think of your bow and arrow here. We're reaching up, finding length, pulling up, and out. And you can look up, straight out, or down. Your choice. Awesome place to stay is right here, reaching it all up, or you can float that bottom leg up a little higher. We're bringing it down with control. Coming back down, nice and slow. Reaching, turning. Always move slow and mindfully. Never rush it. Now, line yourself back up. We're going to stretch it out from the side now. All we're going to do is take it back, like you're making a circle. Come back up. Think of cat-cow here. Go back through that circle and back up. One more each way. Just shaking it out. Bending the hips back. Now from here we're curling the toes under and we're coming into that downward dog. So pedal it out. Maybe let the right knee be bent. As you look out under the left armpit, then switch it out. Either side. You decide what works best for you. So we're all going to lower the knees toward the mat. And we're going to send those sit bones up nice and high. Pressing the chest back towards those thighs. Drawing the heels down. If the heels don't reach, don't worry about it. Do what's right for you always. Catching our breath. Remember not to smash your berry, using those fingertips. You'll learn that downward dog is a resting pose. It might not feel like it today. And as many steps as you need to get to the top of the mat. Take them. Carve a line with the nose as you look forward. We're walking it up with a nice long spine. Feet are hip distance apart. Letting the weight of the world go. Bringing those hands up. Clasping onto those elbows. Sway a little bit. A little yes. A little no. Coming into that half lift. Dropping that down. Reverse your swan dive to the top. Adding a side bend at the top. Bringing it up and over. Up and over to the other side. Bringing it down. Let it go. Roll your shoulders up and back. We're going to balance. So come into your mountain pose first before you move. Having the block at the top of the mat will help. So we're going to balance, and we're going to start with a tree pose. Squeezing everything into the midline of the body. Standing up nice and tall. Toes can be on the mat. If you're okay there, work to bring the foot up. Just don't be pressing the foot into your knee joint. Go below it or above it. Think about squeezing everything to the midline. If you're okay there, you can bring the hands up and find something that is not moving. That's really going to help you with your balance. You decide what's best for you. Drawing that knee back, really squeezing everything to the midline. We're going to rain it down. Bringing that foot off with control. We're going to kick it out. Working on the balance. We can have the arms out. Really trying to bring that foot up. Getting that quad to fire. Maybe take it up and hold. Hold it up. Feel that quad engage. Now from here we're just going to take the foot out to the side. Press it into that imaginary wall. Lift it up as high as you can. Foot is flexed. And then bring it back down. Moving right into a warrior three. So we're sweeping down. Reaching back. Reaching the arms forward as you breathe in. Coming into that warrior three. Bringing it back up with control to the top. And let it go. We're going to catch all that on the other side. Working on the balance. Nice full body workout. So start with your tree pose. Find what works best for you. Where you want the foot. You can have the hands just at heart center. You can have them on the hips. Standing up nice and tall. Find something that ain't moving. Center your eyes in on it. Find your balance. Start to squeeze everything. So my right foot is really squeezing into the side of that calf. My hands are squeezing. My left leg is squeezing back into that foot. My right knee is drawing back. There's a lot going on in tree pose. Finding your center and move from there into what's right for you. Maybe on this one you want to interlace the fingers. Really keep pressing in. Don't let that knee fall in. Keep going over your checkpoints and breathe. And then ring it down once you're satisfied. Bringing the foot off with control. Shake it out. Maybe bring the arms out for balance. Trying to get that knee in line with your hip. Keep kicking it out. Or maybe just bring the arms up and hold it up. Try to hold it up for a 3 count, then let it go. Right into the warrior 3. So we're going to sweep forward. The back toes are going to be down, coming into that warrior 3. Inhale to the front. Think about trying to get the biceps lined up with your ears as you reach forward. Bringing it all back into the center and let that go. A lot of work. Balancing is a lot of work. Kick it out. Roll your shoulders. We're going to do another plank. Now, when we come down for this plank, you'll have an option to stay with just the knees coming into the side plank like we did a while ago, or you can go for a full plank. So we're going to inhale up to the top, reaching up, swan dive over. Getting as close to the knees as you can. Come into that half lift, planting the hands, stepping back into a nice strong plank. So you're up in a nice long straight plank. Now from our plank here, all we're going to do is roll over to that right foot, stack that left foot on top of it, pressing that earth away, really reaching up, coming up, keep holding up, keeping both feet down for now, or you can drop down to the knees, coming over to the other side, lining it up, stacking the feet, nice strong body, a lot of strength. And when you're ready, draw up your bow and arrow. Hold it, keep lifting up. Nice strong legs, nice strong foundation. Coming back down with control, bringing it back to the front. And from here, we're going to reach out through the heels. We're only going to bend the elbows halfway for a half of a push-up. So breathe in, reach your heels back, bend the elbows halfway, pull your chest forward, lower down, stretch it out, check it out. And from there, we're just going to hinge back and take a child pose. That was a lot of work. You did good though. Be proud of yourself in your child pose. Turning the thumbs up, the pinkies are down, your hands are as wide as your mat. If your forehead does not reach the earth, bring a block under you. Take a breath. Let it go. Let the elbows rest on the mat. Maybe turn the palms all the way over. Receiving all that good. A lot of work there. You did awesome. Building strength. Challenging the body. Exercising our mind. Bringing peace to ourselves with our breath. How strong you are. Be amazed at what your body can do. We're coming up nice and slow. Come on back up nice and slow. We're going to come to rest. We're going to come to rest. I'm not trying to make the video too awful long. We got about a couple minutes left. So we're going to do like a little bit of a restorative pose here. Let me check my time again. Make sure I looked at that right. So we're coming down. Have a block if you have one. We're coming all the way down. We're going to come up into that bridge. So bring the heels in close. Legs are apart. Reaching the arms back. And we're lifted up. So lift it up. Roll back down. Again, we're going to lift it up. Lift it up. This time, take your block. It's on the lowest setting. Bring it up under the hips. Catch your breath. This is right under the lower part. Making sure the tailbone is on the mat, on the block, right in the center. Laying the arms out, catching your breath. Again, bring a hand to the belly, one to the heart. Feel that heart pumping. Feel that breath. Feels good to be alive. Feels so good. So breathe deep. Take another really good deep breath. Like you did when we started, feel free to sigh it out to mouth. I'm in that Darth Vader breath. Let the hands fall out, relax. You've worked hard, it's Friday. Now, if you're okay there, you can even bring the feet into reclining butterfly. Getting a nice stretch, opening up the hips a little more. If that's uncomfortable, you don't like that, feel free to stay in bridge. One more good deep breath here, just really letting the hips open up a little bit. I'm going to use the hands to close the book. Bringing the feet up a little closer, lifting your seat up, taking the block out from under you and rolling back down with control. Nice and easy. Go ahead and bring the knees up to the chest, giving yourself a hug. Stretch open those toes, couple little circles at the ankles, circle back around. Both knees are going to stay stacked and we're going to let them fall over to the left. Leaving the shoulders on the mat. You can use your left hand, encouraging that right leg to open on up. With control, we're bringing that right leg up first. Coming into the center here, giving yourself another little squeeze. And leaving the knees stacked. You're going to let them fall now over toward the right. Keeping the shoulders heavy on the mat, both shoulders. Using the right hand just to encourage opening the hip up a little more. Looking out. Enjoy. It's Friday, day 10. We got day 10 in the books, guys. Be proud of yourself. A little bit goes a long ways. Bringing the left leg up first, and the right's gonna follow. One more big old hug. We're rolling up. So be that little kid on the playground. So bring your hands to the back of the thighs and you're gonna roll up. So use those legs to roll yourself to the top. Scoot back on your mat. And back into your easy pose, whatever that is. Take a big breath in. Look up. Bowing over for another day. Be thankful. Take it out. Bringing your hands back up to the third eye. Namaste. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Coming up nice and slow, I am. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Always come up with control. Never rush your moves. Always get water. Stay hydrated. Keep smiling at yourself. You're doing awesome. Remember, a little bit goes a long ways. Never underestimate how much you're getting done. Even if you can only do a little bit of the video. And try to be mindful at the beginning of each workout when you're breathing in. Notice how your body feels. And when you finish your workout, notice how you feel with that breath. Feel it moving all through. You're getting so strong. Be proud. You can build a lot of muscle doing yoga. Never underestimate that. Mostly it's good for our brain, our well-being. Taking just a few minutes out of your day to breathe. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Until next time, namaste.